With over 1 million professional members, the Internet Marketing Association is a force to be reckoned with. This is I Am a Leader, the official podcast of the world's largest association of Internet marketers. Join Dominic Sirianni, CMO, as he sits down with inspirational leaders, delves into the research lab, shares career opportunities from IMA partners like Microsoft, Oracle, and Adobe, and gives you the insights you need to perform at your best. Here's your host, Dominic Sirianni.
It is my pleasure to welcome our second guest today, Mr. Nick Edwards, the CEO of Boomtrain. Nick, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to be here.
Well, we're glad you could make time. We know you have a flight to catch, but why don't we start by having you tell us a little bit about Boomtrain?
Yeah, absolutely. So Boomtrain is a machine learning company, and what we do is actually predict what customers want. And so we use machine learning to basically help marketers create more tailored customer experiences across all channels, whether that's email or push notifications or mobile apps or websites.
That's exciting. You know, when you say that concept of machine learning, and I know we've seen that a few times today here at IMPACT, I have this mental image of robots, more of an artificial intelligence manifested somehow physically. I assume you're talking mainly about software, is that right?
We are. Our artificial intelligence machines do not yet take human form, but it is...
the key word there.
Yet. It is all software.
And how about the history of the company? How did you evolve to where you are today?
Boomtrain started as a consumer platform in the very early days, where we built a consumer platform, and it was a small 3-person startup initially. And what we built at the core of this was a predictive engine to help surface relevant digital video content for users. And the early history of the company was realizing that core product, that feature of understanding videos and predicting the optimal video for a customer, was actually a big business into itself. And so as many startups are born, we grew the company from that initial seed into what it is today, which is a personalization platform that is used by over 100 companies around the world right now.
There's an explosion going on in this industry. There are companies like yours, Boomtrain, Darian Shirazi, and Radius, a lot of organizations getting into the predictive space. Is it a function of the technology having advanced to a point where we can predict, or is it a function of our understanding, specifically from a marketing perspective, about where we want to go?
It's both. So absolutely the core underlying technology, and I'm talking about computing power really, plays a major role in now being the time for this technology to be relevant and take the market as a whole. The other part has to do with marketers' willingness and interest to help deliver individual customer experiences. We're beyond this world of one-to-many blasting, where marketers actually want to understand and communicate with their customers like people. And so they look for technology like Boomtrain to help them accomplish that end. And the third factor, of course, is us as consumers are just inundated with choice and inundated with option rights now. And the most frustrating experience in the world is to get see a non-relevant experience, see a non-tailored experience in your inbox or on a website or whatever that is. That's the fastest way to unsubscribe or go visit a different site.
That sure is. As a consumer, I think we can all attest to that. What really excites you? This is a burgeoning industry. There's a lot of change. It's tough to predict, but talk about the next 12 months. What are you waiting to happen, or what do you see on the horizon that maybe the rest of us don't right now?
Oh, geez, that's a good question as a whole. Predicting the future is always a difficult game. I think Bill Gates was the one who said that we, as people, tend to vastly overestimate what gets done in the next decade and underestimate what will happen in the next decades, plural. But over the next 12 months, I think we will continue to see, in terms of predictive intelligence, in terms of artificial intelligence, machine learning, we'll continue to see that underlying computing paradigm being applied to more and more industries. I believe, that machine learning as a computing paradigm is going to be as transformational to all industries in the same way that cloud computing transformed industries and led to the birth of new companies, or mobile platforms led to the birth of new companies. And so that's what I'd keep an eye out for, just the application of this technology to more and more industries and more problems.
And we're at the tip of the iceberg. with a lot of those technologies you're talking about, and I think we're at the even more tip of the iceberg with some of the predictive analytics. Last question as we close, how can someone who's interested in getting more information about predictive analytics and the work that you do at Boomtrain get in touch with you?
Well, you can always reach out to me directly at Nick, N-I-C-K, at boomtrain.com, and you can see our site at boomtrain.com as well to get a high-level overview on our approach to solving this massive and exciting problem.
Right. Last question, what are your thoughts on IMPACT15 and the fabulous city of Las Vegas?
Oh, Las Vegas. It's an incredible city. I prefer small doses of it in 24-hour chunks. This has been a fantastic conference, and really great people, great insights, wonderful across the board.
I'm glad to have the chance to meet you, and I'm glad you made time to sit down with us before you headed back to the airport. Thanks, Nick.
Appreciate it.
Ready to join the Internet Marketing Association? Membership is free at imanetwork.org/podcast. It takes less than 1 minute to gain access to research, education, and opportunities to move your career forward. Already a member? We'd love to hear your story. Introduce yourself at podcast@imanetwork.org for a chance to be featured on the show. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next time on I Am a Leader.